Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Demon bringing you another StarCraft 2 game. This one's going to be between the Pink Protoss, Colonel AntiMage, which is actually Complexity Gaming's short, or their, their tag, there we go. So this is AntiMage, the Pink Protoss versus KawaiiRice, the Yellow Terran. They are playing on Lost Temple, and they are opposite ends of the map. KawaiiRice is in the 3 o'clock position or east, and AntiMage is in the west position. So we're gonna have our supply depot slash pylon. There it goes. There's a supply depot. Just a little bit time discrepancy. Bring up our production tab so you can check out their build orders. In other news, we have the first, I call it a half episode of VTV. It is our project we've been working on a little bit. We've been trying to get some plans and stuff done for it and lots of other fun things. But you can check us out. I need to link everything together finally. But VTV, you can users slash VTV Starcraft. And we have a little live shot of us giving you kind of like what the whole thing's about. And then we have an interview with QXC. So it's pretty neat there. We have a live interview. Had him play a little custom game with us and all sorts of fun stuff. That's the kind of things we'll be coming out with. So you'll see it all in the first video. So thought I'd do that. At the moment we got our gas going up for both players, as well as a gateway going down for AntiMage. Barracks is also almost finished for KawaiiRice. Oh, and KawaiiRice is a part of the Fnatic gaming team. Lots of people know them as Fnatic MSI. So they're both high-level professional gamers. Oh, would you look at that? If you click on the portrait, it'll follow the unit. I thought it would just had to be the Alt-F. But I was watching a stream today, and it looked like he did that. So I just wanted to try that out, and it did work. Neat. So, we got Cybernetics Core going down a little early, late after the gateway. So, that's that. Our orbital command is now done. Mule's coming down in fashion, and KawaiiRice trying to block off his own gas, but not really, because he'll just lower it and continue on. Factory now going down, so it looks like we're going to see some teching for actually both teams. Are we going to see early Banshee pressure from the Terran player? We'll find that one out soon. Got the first Zealot out. KawaiiRice has just finally scouted out where AntiMage is. And we'll see that there is a pylon going down right there, and it's nothing particularly special. But he will get to scout out everything that is going on here. So he has gotten all his information that he wants, and is heading on home. What's going on over in KawaiiRice's base? Factory is finishing up in just a second. 3 Marines are out, and what will he start on next is the question. He does have the gas to throw down a starport, but does not have the minerals until right now. And there it goes. So we're going to see the Dusty Cloud Fist build, I think Husky calls it. Also known as the 111 build, where obviously you can see all the 111s. You just run up that tech tree as fast as you can, and we'll probably see some early Banshees, as there is no robotics facility down yet. So if he can get that Banshee out early enough, then he will catch AntiMage completely off guard with no detection. If he can get the cloak down in time too. It's not enough just to have the Banshee. A person who is observing this game is pinging around and not quite sure what he was pinging at. But he only has one harvester in his bottom gas here. Not sure if that was intentional or a macro. There it is, the switch up between the starport and the factory. So they are going to be getting some Banshees, but he's got to move it over just a little to the right. Is he going to be researching cloak as soon as possible also? Maybe. Keep an eye on that. There it goes. Cloak goes down. The robotics facility is now coming in for AntiMage, and his expansion is going down at his natural. So it does have a pretty good little unit mixture here. And I don't know why my frame rates are dropping so badly. Might have too much stuff going on in the background, which is quite an option. It's like I'm getting lag, but I'm not supposed to be. Anyway, continuing on. We do have the Marines chilling out with a bunker here with 4 Marines in the bunker. So what is this going to do for the Protoss player when he comes up in here to find out that there are Marines in a bunker? So you're going to pull forward. This probe's going to get taken out very quickly, and as you can see, those Stalkers, Zealots, and that Sentry did decide to think twice. So we have our first Banshee is now done and moving across the map here. She is going to be doing her thing, going to go harass the Protoss player. Does the Protoss have a observer coming? They do, but he is going to the opposite end of the map. Actually, the middle of the map. So if that comes out right now, it is going to be in the worst position for them. So we will check out what's going on here with this Banshee as it does fly towards the back of AntiMage's base. The pylon will see it, and the cloak is available, but he has not cloaked yet. He will get some shots off. Gets shot at once and then cloaks, so we're going to get several kills here. 2, 3, 4 kills as they just need some sort of detector. The detector is coming back now, and here it is getting in range, and he will be able to see this Banshee, so we'll have to pull back. But his harassment was done. 7 SC probe kills, sorry, not SCV. Probe kills, so that was very worth it. Here comes the second Banshee at the top. He's going to be going for the probes up here. He cloaks and starts popping away. This Banshee's got 2. Will he be able to get 3? Yes, 3. But he will pull back as he is waiting for that detector to roll in. Second detector, or third, one of the two, is now coming out, so he will have them spread about the area to keep track of these Banshees. This Banshee going to try and take out this SCV, but God, everything wants to be an SCV today. What is wrong with me? The Zealot. We shall try that again. So here comes in the other Banshee. Looks like they're going to just kind of go back and forth. This one's going to pull back, probably get a little repairs, even though it is doing quite well. The expansion is now done for the Terran player. He lifted it off and was flying it down, but he was force fielded into his base, and so he's being quite contained by that Sentry. So the Banshee will try and do what he can, but it is very close to getting killed. It did manage to take out the Sentry, so as soon as that force field goes away, those Terran units will now come out and the expansion will land. Second Banshee coming home to mama. We have 4 barracks now, so it looks like we're going to see a heavy bio build with a Ghost Academy is now finished. No upgrades done for that yet. Check out our income tab here to see that AntiMage is ahead right now, but that is just because KawaiiRice is getting his expansion down right now, so we'll see that even up pretty well. Bring our production tab back up. Stimpack is almost done. Ghosts coming out now. We do have 2, 4, and 5 gateways with 1 robotics facility and a forge. Researching upgrade level 1 for the weapons. Do we have an upgrade center or a engineering bay? No, we do not yet. Yet is the key word there. I do not see one, so there must not be one. But this is quite a complement of Marines, Marauders, and a Ghost out right now. So we're going to throw down a bunker in front of our expansion to protect from any heavy pushes from the Protoss player. I can say P a lot today. And these Banshees are going to meet up with this third Banshee to make a Banshee trio, and they're going to go in here and make a Banshee sandwich and try and mash up as many of these Stalkers and probes as they can. It's like they're going to go ahead and try and take out the rocks for the gold, and here come in the Banshees now. The observer will just be sitting right where it needs to be, but they are going to take out that Stalker so quickly that even the observer, it's still going to be very difficult. He is going to micro that away to keep from getting killed, but we do have a Colossus now out. More Stalkers coming in, so it looks like the Banshees will pull back and try and shoot from the high ground here. As they're sitting over that, the observer giving them sight. The micro going on, so it did take out a couple more. We see 10 kills on one Banshee, 8 kills on the other, and 3 on the last. So they are definitely paying themselves off. We have our robotics facility continuing to produce Colossus as the extended thermal lance is now finishing up. As the Terran player here has quite the bio ball with some Vikings out now, so they will be able to help counteract the effect of those Colossi. And they are on reactor starports, so they're going to just keep pumping out. We have another factory here. Nope, sorry, not another. Just the factory. It just moved around. Doing a lot of nothing, because it looks like it was just the gateway into the starport. So all he's going to have is bio with no upgrades yet. Is he going to be getting his engineering base soon? My tongue ran somewhere with that word and didn't come back. But I was able to capture it and tell it what to do. So the Colossus and the Stalkers are going to be moving in here now. The bunker is going to take a lot of hits, but they're going to try and push this force away. Those Vikings are going to do what they can. The Banshee's coming in to help reinforce as they do throw down tons of damage. But the Protoss will pull back. And will they be able to get that Colossus? Oh, yes, they do. They picked off the Colossus, and the Vikings are going to continue to not follow. Yes, follow as best they can. So it looks like we're just going to see a counterattack here as the Terran is following this Protoss right back to his front door. Second Colossus is now made up to make 2 like originally, but the Terran will sort of stop, and they're going to chill out around here. Do they have Stimpact on? Yes, they do, but they have not stimmed yet, which was a good choice by KawaiiRice, as he did not get them into the orange or anything by stimming them up. Are they going to... With no medevacs here, he's got to be extremely careful with his stimming and his use of it. There is one Marine up here just kind of chilling out. The rocks for the Terran player, so he did not destroy his rocks. I wonder what was going on there. He kind of almost had them destroyed, but then stopped. Oh, because he had the Banshees coming up here, so... The rocks are now gone for the Terran side of the base map, so he can throw down expansion at his leisure. Check out our income tab here. You still have that Protoss player ahead in the mineral count, but especially right now since all of these ships are getting repaired by these SCVs. But he is only 4 up in the harvester count. So we will see this Protoss force move out, take out the one Marine at the watchtower, and my guess is they'll kind of move up here, take out this destructible rocks before they go on their next offensive. But KawaiiRice is playing quite the defensive reactionary play here. He is getting what he thinks is the best counteraction to the Protoss player. There are several more barracks out. We have 2, 4, 6 barracks, so we have just 1 with reactors. So there are a lot of Marauders coming out if he's building strictly Marauders off those Tech Lab buildings. We do have an expansion going down here for AntiMage at the natural of the north base. So he is just going to skip over this high minerals and go straight up there. See, the Marines going to... Yes, it looks like the Marines are going to go do a little scouting about, as they have not taken this expansion yet, so he's kind of curious if they have expanded elsewhere, which is a good choice and great game sense by KawaiiRice. See the Terran forces moving up in here. We have a 190 force versus a 160 for the Protoss. This is food count, so the expansion is now rolling in for the Terran into his high minerals. You know, they're going to take out that scouting stalker. They're called rich mineral fields. Everybody calls them high minerals, but they're technically called rich mineral field. So I'll still call them high min, but it's just one of those technical things that I saw it one day and was like, everybody's been calling it the wrong thing. We're going to have the SCVs here transferring over to that high yield minerals, and that's going to significantly boost up KawaiiRice's income. Production tab, we do have Terran infantry weapons level 1. We do have Zealot charge. Phoenix are coming out to try and help deal with these Vikings. We do have 1 starport. Do we have a 2nd starport? Yes, we do. Zealot legs is almost done, and we do have armor coming out for the air units. What kind of forces or upgrades do the Protoss have? They have 1 armor and 1 attack. So we'll see how well this goes. The Marines do have their shields though, but there's still no medevacs out here. It's strictly Vikings with Banshees. So kind of an unusual mix. These Terran are going to come up in here, find out that this is a base up in here. I like that word, up in here. And they're going to do what they can to take it out. Here comes the Protoss force. They have to do something about this. There's not a lot they can do, but an EMP goes down, draining the shields of several of those Phoenix, but it missed the majority of the forces. Check out another EMP went off and caught a lot of them too, but these Marauders are just going to eat up these Zealots. Even with their legs, the Zealots are doing what they can, which is allowing the Colossus to just sit back there and destroy these Marauders. All the Vikings went down, but they were also taking down all the Phoenix, so it's just turned into a pretty even battle. These Marauders are going to try and finish it up. They did take out the last Colossus, so they are going to clean up these last couple Protoss forces. as soon as their stim was just worn out, and they're all very low on health, but they did clean that up. They're going to move up here to the Protoss' third expansion, start killing these probes, but forces will come in here to help take care of that problem. Terran going to be massing up over here, back towards his base. He does have his high mineral very saturated, throwing down a missile turret to keep those Phoenix at bay. So how is the Terran player going to adjust his build to deal with the Phoenix? We do have a pair of medevacs coming out now, so it looks like you might be dropping the heavy Viking, although it's pretty difficult, especially if you have a lot of Colossi, which the Colossus is not coming out at the moment. Let's check out our units tab here. There are no Colossus on the field right now, but he is throwing down 3 more warp gates to make a total of, ooh, what, 7? 8? No, 7. Oh, 8, sorry. I can count, really. Doo-doo-doo. But 8 warp gates, so that's gonna, he's gonna be able to reinforce very quickly. So we can see here some scans going down, but the Terran is doing his job at just keeping his forces going and continuing to include those ghosts, which is just what he needs against this heavy Protoss. Derp, it's a heavy Protoss. It's a heavy ground force for the Protoss. So let's check our production tab. Anything new and interesting? We have armor and infantry levels, so we must have 2 engineering bays doing some upgrades. Yes, we do. Double upgrades. The armory is done. Will we see any Thors coming out? No, it is just for upgrades that are not started yet. 4 Vikings now coming out at once. The medevac's already on the field. Looks like we're just going to have 2 medevacs with several more Vikings coming in to assist. 3 in this little flotilla, but it's not really a boat. EMP does go down on all of those zealots, so they will just evaporate as the medevacs are doing their job, healing up everything. Those Marines and Marauders are doing just a ton of damage. They're going to go ahead and work on this 3rd expansion. That was all of the forces that AntiMage had, so KawaiiRice looks like he's in pretty strong position. I don't want to call it too early, but it looks like he has pulled this off because he has just shut down that 3rd expansion. He's going to be mined out here at his natural very soon. These zealots up here just choosing not to engage quite yet because they're just going to get eaten alive. An expansion going down at the island, so he could continue to just keep the minerals coming in. Let's check out the income to see how badly that decimated it. Yes, it is, and AntiMage good games and leaves. So KawaiiRice had an excellent job from the Terran player. That was sense made, had sentence. So he was also getting an expansion to throw down, looks like over here. And I really like that. He had a ton of barracks, but he had the income to support it and was continuing to pump out those double reactor starports of Vikings. So he got just enough, which was 2 medevacs, to keep his units from getting completely eaten up and to not, make that stim pack hurt so bad. Whew, that was a very good game. So thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys later, and we'll let you know any updates on what's going on with the VTV. I'll even put a link in the description here for our places that we have it uploaded. So please check it out. Let me know what you think. Leave us some comments. If give us some suggestions as to what we might do to make it more fun and interesting. Other than that, have a good night.